Doing things a little bit different this morning. Hopefully, you guys can hear that okay. The sound should be pretty much amazing as long as you can hear it. If you can't hear it, then we got a problem. But hopefully, you can hear it just fine. I believe you can. Let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? You see, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday, August 10th, 2020. That's right. Today is Mastermind Monday, August 10th, 2020. Thanks for the stars right out the gate, Michelle Street. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, August 10th. 2020. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, listen, my friends, I hope it was an awesome weekend for you. We had an awesome weekend over at the Lundy house. It's supposed to be like sunny, 86 degrees today. We had nice weather over the weekend. I hope you did as well. I saw that like Carol Feely was out riding horses and whatnot, which was amazing. I know my friend Liza Myers-Borges, we got her twanged this weekend, which was super cool. My kids were having some fun. You guys are dropping stars like crazy. I love it. My kids had a lot of fun this weekend, doing a lot of different things. This is Oakland running around with underwear on her head. That was kind of her jam. We spent some time on the couch watching movies. That's right. There's the whole family just kind of relaxing. And there's this new app where you can like put your face. You can put your face like into a video, like it takes your face. Technology is so cool these days. And so I spent a little time just kind of messing around, and I decided, I think I want to be a pirate for just a little bit. And so I took my face and I made myself Captain Jack Sparrow this weekend.
I understand everything.
I also decided I wanted to connect with people in a different way with social media platforms. All kinds of things are going on with social media platforms, and I wanted to make sure we could connect. And so I've been sending out, this is my cell phone. You can text me 859-208-2351. That's right, 859-208-2351. Send me a text. That way I can make sure that we're connected no matter what goes on with the different social media platforms and all that crazy stuff. So we spent a lot of time doing that, kind of cleaning the house. Half of the kids had sleepovers on Saturday night, which was nice. And then we had another kid that had a sleepover on our side. I did a lot of studying. I'm currently going back through Jocko Willick's book, leadership. Why can't I think of the word? Extreme leadership, going back through that. So did a lot of reading this weekend, listening to some audiobooks, some studying. So I hope you did a lot. And I also got to tell you, there was very little sleeping for me in the house this weekend because I'm super, super excited. Hashtag Rise and Grind Elite launches today. That's right. It launches today, 6:30 will be our first session. So if you have been thinking about or considering signing up, then you need to go to riseandgrindelite.com. Go ahead and go there now and sign up and join us. We're going to have our first session starting here at 6:30. And you might be like, well, what is Rise and Grind Elite? So let me share that with you. All right, so let me guess, you know about hashtag Rise and Grind. And you've probably heard us say that we like to rise every single day with intention and purpose, evolve into the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be so that we can go out and make an impact on this planet together. Well, if you haven't heard that, that is our core values here at hashtag Rise and Grind. That's what we're all about. And to be honest with you, really the key word in that whole thing is together. You see, there's this sentence that I'm sure you've heard, your network is your net worth, but there's so much truth to it. When you get around other like-minded individuals that are pushing and growing to become the best versions of themselves that they can possibly be, it's life-changing. So just imagine what it would look like for you if you were surrounded by people that were constantly encouraging you, that were helping you to achieve your goals, that were answering your questions about business, about faith, and about life. Just imagine what it would look like to have that core circle of people that were cheering for you and rooting for you in your corner. That's what we've created with hashtag Rise and Grind Elite. We're gonna get together every week, 2 hours a week, so that we can pour into you to help you level up your life. We want you to click below, come join us. It's an awesome, powerful group. It's basically hashtag Rise and Grind to the next level. It's time for you to take action, invest in yourself, so we can invest in you. So super excited. You still got plenty of time to come join us for today's session. Of course, if you want to join us down the road, you're watching this on replay, or if you're listening to the podcast, which by the way, our podcast has had over 2,000 downloads over the last week, which I'm super excited about. For those of you that didn't know, you can go to hashtag Rise and Grind anywhere you can download podcasts. You can watch or listen to the show there, or for those of you that are listening on podcasts, you can go to official Glenn Lundy and you can watch the show live on video. Now, today is a day that I wish most people were on podcast and not on the live video, because I was so excited this weekend about my launch, and it almost kind of feels like the first day of school, right? That first day of school excitement. We're launching the new Elite. What's up, Adam Parr? Great to see you, sir. Right? And I got this big zit on my nose. It's massive, man. I turned on the lights in the studio, sat down, in came the camera, and I was like, whoa, like it made me jump in my seat. But it happens, right? It just happens. It's that first day of school, right? It's always the worst. The last time you want a zit on your nose, a big zit, is right there on the first day of school. But so you know, you can download the podcast. If those of you that are listening on podcast, please drop a review. All of those good things, they go a long way. Those of you that are watching on video, if you do listen to podcast, it would be amazing if you would take a second and head over there, hit that download button, hit that subscribe. I'd really, 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 really appreciate it. Also, this weekend, man, had the 800% Club members have been killing it. Aaron Lang is on track to sell over 100 cars. He was selling just 4 months ago. He was averaging about 54 cars a month. Now he's up over 100, which is amazing. And then Christopher Campbell, what do you say? How do I get on the meeting? There's a Zoom link. I'll send it back out. You should have gotten an email with 2 Zoom links. But if you have problems, just talk to me after the show. 800% Club's been killing it. The people over at Carter Myers Automotive have just been killing it. It's been amazing to watch. Talal, my man Talal, took his team out this weekend. They went and did some clay pigeons and all that stuff. Amanda Wilson is over with the Furman Group down in Tampa. They're doing amazing. They're up like almost 80, or they're pacing to be up 80 cars over last year. Dude, the auto industry is a great place to be. I'm telling you, if you're looking to make a move, I know some dealerships that can help you. If you're thinking about getting into the business, you've never done done it before, I can help you. Like, it's a fun industry. Lots of great leaders out there that are hiring right now, that are bringing people in. So saw that this weekend, right? Just my auto people killing it. We got Dallas coming up. There's just so many exciting things, dude. And I'm sure that in your life, there's a lot going on right now too. I guarantee it. And then on top of everything, it's back to school, right? Back to school. And what a season for all of you parents out there. This back to school season has been turned a little bit upside down, if you haven't noticed. There's questions of what to do, right? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do with our kids? What do we do if we got to go to work? What do we do? There's questions, there's like controversy over it, right? Is it safe? Is it not safe, right? These are all things we never had to really think about before, right? Then there's like the teachers. We got to protect the teachers. And what about that? What's going on, right? Do we go online school, right? Do we do the online thing and let the kids just do that whole thing where they just learn, virtually through the whole thing? Or do we maybe do like the socially distanced school? Right? Do we do that where like we're socially distanced and the kids? Do we do that? Is that the way to do it? My buddy Judge Graham, who will be at the Scale with Speed Academy in Dallas, Judge Graham is considering, like literally considering buying a building that's right close to his neighborhood and opening up, just like going and hiring a retired like professor and opening up his own little private school right there for his kids and the kids in his community, right? That's one thing he's considering doing, right? It's crazy. Like, and I guess if you got money, you can do that kind of thing, right? So all kinds of different options. It's just it's an interesting season that we're in. So unique, right? So unique. Drop it in the comments what you're thinking about doing, what you're going to be doing with your kids. I'd love to see that. Right? Now, back to school used to be all about, school supplies. You dress up all nice. You hope you don't have a zit on your nose. I remember, being excited to get a new pair of shoes every year. My dad used to hook us up from Payless back then. We used to get some new shoes, but it used to be about book bags and new outfits and pictures and the first day jitters and the crushes that you get from school and your favorite teachers and the social time and the clicks and the connections and the education and all of that stuff, right? The discipline that you would learn. Stay-at-home moms could be found dancing around all over the kitchen everywhere, right? Like dancing around. The house is free. That's what I'm talking about, right? All of those things is kind of what used to be associated with back to school. But right now, it's a different vibe. Brian has his homeschooling. Yes, as are we. Loving homeschool, right? Loving homeschool. It's an amazing, amazing choice, an amazing option for those that can do it, right? So such a different vibe, man. Such a different vibe around going back to school right now. And, back then we learned a lot of things, and it wasn't just from the books, right? Like we learned a lot about life in those seasons, in those connections, in those interactions. We learned a lot. And so this week, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all things school, right? We're going to talk about the positives of some of the current options of how we can school our children. We're also going to go through some of the memories and the lessons that we learned, you and I, that we learned before when we were in school, right? It's going to be a super fun week. I promise it's going to be a fun week. This will be a great week to invite people in. If you've got friends that have never watched the show, bring them in, because everyone in somehow, way, shape, or form is being affected by this school thing, right? So we're going to talk about things we learned in school. We're going to talk about some of the choices and options that we have with schools and how those can be beneficial, how we can look at those with a positive light, right? All of those things. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to wrap it up at the end of the week. Oh, I meant to pull her picture up. At the end of the week, we've got the unstoppable Tracy Schmidt that will be here on Friday. And Tracy Schmidt, man, unstoppable Tracy. She's a quadriplegic, like all four legs and arms gone, but she's also an Olympian and she's incredible. And so she's going to be on and just talk about how we can find the positives in all the things if we really just go looking for it, right? So it's going to be super, super, super fun week. Excited to spend this time with you, but we got to do some dancing this morning. It's already 8:46 and we haven't danced yet.
Wake up, wake up.
What you thinking?
Stay woke.
All right, let's do it. Come on, get that body moving. Get that blood flowing a little bit. Let's go. Hey, for those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact in their life. I believe that. Sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you. I want you to say good morning to me, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. Say what's up. What's up, Eric Burns? How you doing, Michelle McLean? Great to see you. Tina Kelly Overfelt's out there running. What's up, Cindy Conley, Don Sankey, Sarah Ball, Travis Flaherty, my man, killing it. What's up, Whitney Wells, Brad Smith, Ray Hatcher? You know who else is killing it? John Paul Kidry is killing it. He's like at 135% year over year right now. Christine Baird, Bruce Holbrook, Michael Mills, Matthew Fry, Tabby Negris, Tim Fair, John Coltonborn. And you guys are dropping stars like crazy, which I appreciate. What's up, Robin Wilshan? Emily Gowler's up in here. Scott Simon's running the 10K right now. Christopher Campbell, Xavier Potter, Krista Bug, Terry Collins, Rodney Hatfield, Megan DiMartino, Sandra Benstock, Delolio. What's up, Spencer Nicholson, James Gavin? Oh, I can feel it today. Everybody's up in here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Julio Soto is up in here. Jay Casey Pendleton. We got Brian Hess in the house. Benstock just dropped some stars on us, which I appreciate. What's up, Mike Stevens? Oh my gosh. Packed house. Amanda Sanner. I'm super excited to be working with you, Amanda Sanner. Oh, I'm excited. What's up, Heather Parody? Have a great day, y'all. I can hear her saying it. Have a great day, y'all. Good old Heather Parody. She's amazing. There he is. Josh. Boom, Xavier Potter's on 75 Hard, Rick Tamburino, everybody's up in here. Man, if you're listening on podcast, I suggest you hop over and watch on Facebook at Official Glenn Lundy. Join the party. We have a great time. And those of you that are watching here live, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining me. Let's dive in and talk all things back to school. Jonathan Coltonborn just asked a good question. Yes, hashtag Rise and Grind Elite sessions will all be recorded and available on replay in the private group. I'm telling you, come join us. Hashtag Rise and Grind Elite. Just go to riseandgrindelite.com. It's going to be an amazing, amazing group of superhumans working together. Super, super, super excited. Anyone else getting a remix? What does that mean, Eric? Don't tell me something's wrong with my sound. All right, check it out. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to open your planner. Open your planner to August 10th. If you open your planner, you drop it up to the top. What you're going to see is a quote by the wonderful Oh, that was okay. Sorry. The wonderful Pam Flanagan. Dude, the quote that she dropped in the planner today was amazing. Soon as I read it, I was like, yup, this is the real deal. So that's Pam. That's Melissa. Melissa Jones, our number one fan here on hashtag Rise and Grind, and her mother, Pam. And when you go to her quote, boom, wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Right is right, even if no one is doing it. Dude, what a powerful, powerful lesson that we should all make sure we learn and apply, and a powerful lesson that we should all teach going forward. You see, with new systems in place for our schooling, with our children, and with increased time and focus on this idea of it takes a village to raise the next generation, like now more than ever, we have a chance to really plant seeds in these kids. Like, I'm so excited at the opportunity we have to plant seeds into the next generation, right? Right now, everybody's kind of talking about it takes a village, right? You should wear this for this reason. You should distance for this reason. It's this mindset, right? We're talking about the greater good for the whole, right? That's a discussion that we don't normally have as often, but it's all we've been talking about for the last 4 or 5 months. Well, no matter what side of it you're on, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, look at the opportunity. All right? So with all the new systems, the increased focus on this idea of it takes a village, now more than ever, you have a chance to plant seeds in the next generation. Homeschool opens up so much time for you to connect with your kids. It's unreal. So typically in a public school system, in a public school setting, right? For me, public school, for example, in that public school setting, it's like get up early, right? 6:30, get the day going. And if you're a bus rider, you got to be out there catching the bus at like 6:45 in the morning, right? So your kids are leaving at 6:45 a.m. and then they come back home at let's say for me it was school got out at like 2:30 or something like that, and then we had practice and then so on and so forth. So get home at 5 o'clock at night, right? So 6:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, 11-hour school day, right? That's, and for a lot of people, you know, if you're dropping your kids off at 7:30, picking them up at 3:30, 8-hour school day. What's cool about homeschool, what's really cool about homeschool is if you think about it, that whole time out of that 8 hours or 10 hours or 11 hours, whatever it is. What's up, Simona Spilak? Great to see you. Out of that time, if you think about it, man, the kids are actually only getting educated a couple hours a day between walking to classes and recess and lunch and homeroom and all these different things, right? There's really only a couple hours a day that those kids are actually getting education. Homeschool is amazing because you can pack the education in like 3 hours and the rest of the day is opened up to do other things, to experience other things. You know, my kids are farming and raising ducks and raising, you know, planting and so on and so forth. My son likes to learn about fishing and those types of things. They're interacting with their best friends that live a few houses over. They have a backpack club now. My daughter just got voted vice president of the backpack club. Tori is the president of the backpack club. So they're down the street riding their bikes. They got their backpacks. They're doing all those things, right? They're learning all this stuff in between. Homeschooling's dope, man, if you can do it. And what I mean is not physically can do it or not like mentally can do it, but if your job situation and your finance situation allows it, it's awesome. But you can pack so much in. And now you've got virtual schooling, which is opening up opportunities for experiences on like a whole new level. So my cousin, this is my cousin Crystal right here in their new motorhome or RV. I'm not sure what you call this monster, right? But what they've decided to do is they sold their house. They sold their house. They sold all of their furniture. They sold everything that they own. They bought this big bad boy RV. Their kids are going to school virtual style, and they are traveling around the United States for 1 full year, allowing the kids to learn and grow and experience our country, to visit their relatives, allowing them to do all of those things. Like virtual schooling has opened up, dude, like all new opportunities that we never could have done before. You never could have just took the kids. You could have gone to like jail. You took your kids and just left for a year, right? You could they had to enroll and be in attendance a certain amount of days. But now virtual like opens up these opportunities. Think about what those kids like what they're going to experience. Think about the takeaway that comes from that, right? Super, super, super cool stuff. Now, on the side of social distancing, if we're going to send our kids back to school and you're going to have them a little bit social distance, if you think about it, this is an opportunity. Like we're actually starting to really raise awareness of health and cleanliness like early, right? That's a positive. Dude, I know what it's like having a bunch of kids. I know how dirty classrooms can get. I know how many germs and sicknesses and all of those things. Dude, lice, we got a lice clinic right downstairs. I see kids running in and out of that lice clinic downstairs all day, every day, right? What's up, Jay Wilborn? Great to see you. And so social distancing as far as cleanliness and teaching these things early in our kids to wash their hands regularly, right? To be clean. Those are things that we all had to learn, but we didn't have to learn it, the way that our kids are having to learn it now. So there's a benefit and a positive to that. There's also a benefit and a positive to the mindset and thought of protecting the person next to you. There's a benefit to if we can teach our kids, like, hey, care about others. That's all. Care about others. Don't make it all about you, right? So many lessons that we can learn through this season. But they all come with pressures. All of those different choices and the things that we have for school, all of it comes with different pressures. And this is why I think what Pam said is so powerful. You see, I remember, right? The technology that exists today opens up a lot of doors. I remember when I was young, I remember being like 13 or 14 years old, the first time I ever saw like a Playboy magazine, like a girl scantily clad. And I remember my eyes going like popping out of my head. And I remember my innocence just getting shot out the window at like 14, right? I remember that. This weekend, some of these kids, my kids running a bunch of different circles and different kids were talking and so on and so forth. And like, I hear some of these kids talking about playing like Grand Theft Auto at, 7, 8, 9 years old, which Grand Theft Auto it's a horribly graphic game. And I heard those conversations. I hear the conversations about everybody's got a cell phone. My daughter, she's actually done really, really well, but most of her friends have cell phones now. There's a lot of pressure on that technology. And so these kids now have all this additional access to the things that can steal their innocence and their joy. And here's our chance to really do something about that. You see, we all need to take this little quote right here and we need to hang it on our walls today. You should take this quote, you should screenshot this, you should post it on your social media pages. And this is what we need to teach our kids during this season where we have unique opportunities. Listen, wrong is wrong even if everyone is doing it. And right is right even if no one is doing it. And I think that this is the lesson as we all go back to school. I think this is the lesson We need them to know and understand. It's time for us to come together again as a village. Focus on our next generation. What are the positives from this season? How can we use them to shift the traditional thoughts and the mindsets and the ways that the world was headed? Because let's be honest. Everything wasn't amazing 5 months ago. It was different. But we still had a lot of problems. There's still a lot of things that we weren't attacking as a village. And I think it's time we come together and do so. Hang that on your wall. Spread the message. Come join me here in half an hour if you want in the hashtag Rise and Grind Elite. And if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. That's right, GlennLundy.com. Or you can go download the podcast, hashtag Rise and Grind Podcast, whichever one you want to do. But hey, let's start looking at these things, all right? It's going to be a powerful week. We're going to have fun. Talk about all things back to school. Heather's going to jump in here with me. It's going to be amazing, all right? I hope you have an incredible day today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that share button. Share it out. Share it out. Wrong is wrong. That's right, girl. Wrong is wrong, even if everybody's doing it. Wrong is wrong. And right is right, even if nobody's doing it. Right is right. I love it. Woo! Excited, baby. Fired up. Let's go. I'm going to go for a run right now. I'm going to step outside. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to go run. I think I got time for a mile and a half. And I'm going to run back in here. And then we're going to kick off. Boom. Hashtag Rise and Grind Elite. Go to RISEANDGRIND.com. Be a part of that. All right. See y'all. Have a great day. Love you. That's right.